So, right, I promised you this video, 5 ways to win from home. And some of it is based on the fact that I'm always harping on about how you should adapt to the environment, adapt to the person that you're speaking to, etc., etc. Right now, we have really challenging times. And in these kinds of times, there is no hierarchy. We're all equally challenged. Everyone is working against equal conditions. But for some of us, working from home is a comfort zone, and they've mastered it from structure to timings. For most of us, however, working from home is completely new and difficult. Why? Well, because your brain associates home with family, rest, and comfy PJs. People everywhere, regardless how much they love their job right now, are fighting that natural instinct to put on their sit down with a bowl of snacks and catch up on their favorite TV shows. Some of us want to go and put the washing on, some of us want to cut the grass. But whatever it is, it's something that you will have to now fight, which you never had to before. Now, I've worked from home for about 20 years, so I thought it'd be good for me to share with you what I think is important, what I think are the top 5 things to help you to adapt in this crisis and make sure that you're successful and that you can get the best return from your hard-earned efforts. And when I say efforts, it is an effort to stop yourself from going off and doing those things that you usually do at home. So I'm going to start with number 1, don't check time. One of the most challenging things about working from home is guilt. Guilty that you're not helping out. You might feel guilty that you're putting things away that are just left out. Most of your guilt may be for locking yourself away for hours. Maybe you've taken over a room in the house and people have had to move around you. That's guilt, but it doesn't have to be like that. When you start to contact people and make appointments to call back, make them so that you can start to chunk up your time on each activity, but time these activity chunks to work around your family. So whilst you may have to take over a bit of space in the house, at least you can make your schedule work for you and your family. When you set out your schedule, you can also make it flexible through the week. It doesn't have to be as rigid as it was when you're in the office. Just don't be afraid to ask your prospects either if they can be contacted at what I would call a non-traditional time outside of the 9 to 5 hours, because you might find that works better for them too. Remember, everyone is in the same position right now. Everyone is in the same boat. We're all fighting the same challenges. We're all having to work from home, and we've all got families and distractions that might get in the way. Okay, second one is adapt your objectives. Now, you know your products and services. Now all you have to do is work out if your product and service is a necessity now or rebuilding support later. So let me just explain. Every company right now is focused on either surviving and or rebuilding themselves when we all come out of this crisis at the other end. So where do you sit? Where can you offer your support? Is it now or is it later? Also look at your list of data and identify which prospects are likely to need your support now and which later. To do this, you just have to simply look at their online presence and search for the following. What do they do? How key is that business in keeping the nation's head above water? Will they be financially challenged right now, or will they, like supermarkets, be resource challenged? Who's the right person for you to speak to, and how do you get hold of them? Now that's your research, and from that you will be able to set your objectives. So based on all of this, you just need to decide if you are looking to close on business now or build a relationship strong enough to close on business when we're out of this. Okay, so that's number 2, adapt your objectives.